Hello, hello, hello. I'm Reverend Sharon Renee, Unity Minister, and I want to welcome you to this week's Sunday Inspiration. And today I'm going to talk about living your best life. And first, I want to talk to you about the inspiration for that. So, we were recently on a trip and we were flying back yesterday, and we were and because we had to change flights, like we had to change our schedule. We got to sit at the very back of the plane, like in the last row. But the row ahead of us in caddy corner on the aisle was a little guy, about 7 years old, maybe, was flying on his own. All right, so he was going to go on this grand adventure. And he's there and he's got chips and cookies. He's got his, I don't know, I'm going to call it a Game Boy. He's got his iPhone. And on the flights that we were flying on had little TV screens, and he had his headset, and he was living the life. You'd see him bobbing to his music as he's got the Game Boy. You'd see him, he'd open up one bag of chips and then go for another. And there was, because he had no restrictions, there were no limitations, there was absolutely nothing. And every now and then when he would go to do something, he would look to like my husband to see, can I do it this way? And my husband would give him a thumbs up or point the way to do it. So he did look for direction. But at the same time, he was very happy doing his own thing. And this is to me what living our best life is. This child was doing the things that he loved. He was on a plane for 3 hours, not fidgeting, other than when he would get his stuff, but very happy and very content. And that's what we want to be in life, right? We want to be happy, we want to be content. And if you've ever ridden in the very back of the plane, it has a lot more turbulence and it shakes a little bit more, so people like me aren't really happy about it. So I'm still going like that. But he didn't notice anything. He didn't notice when we had a dip. He didn't notice when we did any blub, blub, blub that it does. Because he was totally in that space of being present. Of being present and not like, oh, there's something wrong with the plane, or oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? But it reminded us of this is what living life is about. And again, entering the kingdom as a child, right? Of having that love, that joy, that curiosity, that presence of mind to be and to grow in our lives and to do it with joy. And again, he had everything he needed. And so let's look at it from this spiritual perspective. The universe provides for all of our needs to keep us happy, to keep us entertained. But we have a tendency to say, well, I don't know if I want to pay for that, or I don't know if I need that. But see, this child wasn't worried about, he wasn't worried about if he ate his whole bag of chips and then he ate his Oreos and then he ate whatever else. He wasn't worried about that. He was, let's live right now in this moment. And he was living his best life. He was on this adventure and he was excited about it, but he was not bored once because he wasn't fighting against anything. He was doing his thing. And we have a tendency that even if we want to have this adventure, we go through all of this list of planning. We go through all of this list of making sure that we have a direction and that there's gas in the car and where we're going to go and on and on and on. What if we just take those moments just to be and to enjoy without the pressure of what's next? And I know for me, when I'm doing art, I am lost in that art and it's very meditative, but I'm not thinking about what's going on. And you know, my husband will say, are you hungry? And I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten. But getting lost in that space is absolutely wonderful. And if you're not allowing yourself an opportunity to do that, I want to encourage you to, especially if you're really plugging into the news and you're getting all caught up in that. You're living a fear that's being presented to you, but that's not who you are. So how can you take it and move that into living your best life and being present and joyful at the same time. So let's watch the little children and let's follow their lead. Go buy bubbles and blow. Have a beautiful day and namaste.